In this video, I'm going to be talking about what is a gluten-free diet and is it right for me? Now, gluten is a very complex ingredient, far more complex than a lot of people realize. So if you're planning to start a gluten-free diet, watch this video right to the end. Hello, I'm Mike Hines from justknowgluten.com. Now, if you like the video and you like the content, why not give it a like or subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button bottom of the screen. Right, let's get straight into the content. What exactly is a gluten-free diet and is it right for me? Now it's time for us to look at what a gluten-free diet really is and whether it could be right for you. Just remember, gluten is a very complex ingredient and is far more complex than a lot of people seem to realize. In basic terms, a gluten-free diet is a diet which excludes all foods and beverages containing gluten or ingredients which may contain gluten. Those affected with celiac disease will commonly cut gluten out of their diets. And those with gluten sensitivity issues will also need to do the same. If you have ever experienced any adverse reactions or side effects when consuming foods or drinks containing gluten, such as those that we have listed previously, it may be time for you to adopt a gluten-free diet. Some people make a choice to choose cut gluten out of their diets anyway, even if they aren't actually suffering from any form of sensitivity to it. Let's look at foods to eat and foods to avoid. So, as you can see, a gluten-free diet is very easy to describe, and diagnosing issues pertaining to gluten sensitivity is pretty simple. So, what foods can you eat and which foods should you avoid if you choose to go gluten-free? Does this mean you can never eat a delicious pizza or bacon double cheeseburger again? No, of course not. The good news is that because more and more people are adopting a gluten-free diet and lifestyle, there are now more delicious gluten substitutions than ever before. You can now purchase gluten-free flour, so you can literally bake your own breads, doughs and bases using ingredients that are 100% gluten-free. To ensure your gluten-free experience runs as smoothly as possible, we're now going to list some of the main foods you can eat and foods you should avoid while following a gluten-free diet. Let's begin with what you can eat. We're going to list just a few foods you can eat as an example. Most whole grains. Yeah, that's right. The common belief is that all whole grains contain gluten and are therefore very bad for anybody suffering with a gluten sensitivity issues. The truth is that most whole grains are actually free from this pesky protein. The thing to remember, however, is that a lot of grains are processed in facilities that also process gluten-containing ingredients, so cross-contamination can occur. This is especially true when it comes to oats. Some grains include quinoa, buckwheat, wild rice, brown rice, oats, arrowroot, teff, millet, amaranth and tapioca. Fruit and veg. As long as they are natural and haven't been processed in any way, all fruits and vegetables are naturally free from gluten. Fruit and veg are ideal for any diet plan as they are loaded full of vitamins, minerals and other nutrients that the body thrives upon. We're not going to list each fruit and vegetable that you can eat, as it would take an eternity. Word of warning, be aware of canned fruits or veggies or pre-prepared ones. Proteins. Again, as long as they are natural and haven't been processed or tinkered with in any way, all meats and fishes are naturally free from gluten. Meats and fish, for example, are rich in vitamins, minerals, and even some healthy fats and beneficial amino acids. Processed meats, however, such as sausages, are sometimes bulked out with cereals and ingredients which do contain gluten. Eggs are another great source of protein that are naturally gluten-free. Nuts, seeds and most legumes are also perfectly acceptable on a gluten-free diet. Let's talk about fats. Fat is a macronutrient that plays a crucial role in our day-to-day lives. It is essential for a number of natural processes within the body, and providing we get it from healthy and natural sources, it is actually extremely healthy. And the good news is, fats are also naturally free from gluten. Just be wary of cooking sprays or oils with added seasonings, as they may sometimes contain ingredients which could contain gluten. Some examples of healthy fats: oily fish, coconut oil, olive oil, grass-fed butter, avocados, 100% natural nut butters with nothing added. Let's talk about beverages. As well as whole foods, you will also no doubt need to consume something to wash everything down. Most beverages are perfectly fine on a gluten-free diet, with drinks like water, fruit juice, tea and coffee all proving perfectly acceptable. Do be wary of smoothies, alcoholic beverages and malt beverages, which are often made with grains and or ingredients containing gluten. Dairy products. Dairy is another foodstuff that is generally perfectly acceptable on a gluten-free diet. Again, as long as it hasn't been tampered with in any way. Dairy products such as milk, cheese, cream, butter, yogurt and sour cream are all perfectly fine, as they do not contain gluten. A lot of people following a gluten-free diet, however, often make the mistake of avoiding dairy because of the lactose. Lactose intolerance and a wheat intolerance are two completely different things entirely. Some foods you should avoid. Below we'll be giving you a few examples of foods and drinks you should avoid on a gluten-free diet. We're not going to go into detail about why each one should be avoided, because we all know it's because they contain gluten, or they have been prepared in an environment where gluten is present and cross-contamination could have occurred. Foods to avoid on your gluten-free diet: pastas, breads, seasonings, spice mixes, crackers, wheat bran, wheat starch, cereals, durum, couscous, wheat germ, spelt, semolina, rye, barley, sauces, processed meats, beer, wines, some ciders, some liqueurs such as whiskey, brewer's yeast, baked and processed goods, and there's a whole load more. As you continue through our gluten-free guide, you will find even more detailed information on what to eat, so keep watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and you found the content informative and helpful. If so, want to give it a like or subscribe to my channel, just hit the subscribe button bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.